Okay guys, so today I'm going to bring you my most recent and updated stealth build. I've actually got 5 different stealth builds on my channel. You can actually see the thumbnails on screen right now. The 4 on the left can still be used with the Crime Wave edition, and the one on the right can still be used today, but it was done using the beta skills right before update 100, so it's still kind of relevant but not completely accurate. So today we're going to go in and I'm going to show you my most recent build using the new skills. Now this build itself is actually the mother of all builds. You shouldn't need another stealth build at all. This one incorporates body bags, it incorporates trip mines, it incorporates a saw, it incorporates everything you could possibly need. You would just need to switch your weapons around and the deployables around, but it gives you access to everything you could possibly need. Now, before we go into it, I do want to mention one quick thing. I get this asked in all of my build videos, and it's basically about the skill tiers. Now, some people always comment that they need to spend 1 more point or 2 more points in order to get further up the skill trees. Now, this is purely due to infamy. So once you go infamous, you get an infamy point, and then you go into the infamy tree and you spend it. And spending those points can unlock skill tier reductions. So that allows you to get to the higher tiers in these skill trees without spending as many points. That being cleared up, let's jump into it. Let's take a look and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. First off, let's take a look at the perk deck. Always do this in all of my build videos. Now you'll see that my perk deck of choice here is Burglar. Burglar is the best one in this game for stealth, in my opinion, purely because of Bag of Tricks, Look at the Irish, and Dutch Courage. Answering pages faster, picking locks a little bit faster, and then bagging corpses faster too. Now it doesn't really make a difference. I know that's DLC, so you may not have it, but really you could use Crew Chief, Armourer, Rogue, Hitman. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't really make that much difference. You just would miss out on those 3 slight little bonuses. Let's take a look at the skills themselves. We'll work from Mastermind through to Fugitive. Now, most of them are obviously going to be in Ghost. There's going to be some crossovers that I'll come back and forth just to explain a few things a little bit more clearly. So in Mastermind itself, Forced Friendship, we're going to get more cable ties. We're able to cable tie hostages faster. Confident, we increase the range of our intimidation by 50%. And then Stockholm Syndrome. Now, this used to be called Control Freak, but now civilians are intimidated by the noise we make and remain intimidated 50% longer. Kind of a good one on stealth if you want to use the noise of your weapons or saw or whatever you're using to keep people down and intimidated. Stable Shot had some spare points. You will see in this that I'm using all 120 points, which is a lot for a stealth build. You don't need 120 points for a good build. You can kind of scale this backwards and reverse engineer this build, take away some of these as you're growing your build out. Stable Shot really didn't need it, but weapon stability always helps. Enforcer, increase your armor recovery rate by 50%. I mean, who really cares? But really, I just got this for Transporter. We can throw bags 50% further. That is it. That's all I need out of this one. Now you'll see my saw skills. So Scavenger, just to open up this tree. And we're going to take Portable Saw Ace. So we unlock the ability to use the saw as a secondary weapon, but then Ace in this, we actually gain an extra saw blade, so that's fantastic. And we replace our saw blades with carbon blades, increasing the efficiency by 40%. So great to have saw skills on this build. Technician, using a lot of points in here too. Don't want sentry gun skills, but we're taking the quickest route up to Jack of all trades. Now, if you don't know what Jack of all trades is, I'm going to explain it. Once this is aced, you can now actually equip a second deployable with you. So what it means is, if we're going to be taking ECMs, we can also take body bags. We can also take ammo bags. So if we are taking a saw build, we can take a saw with ECMs and an ammo bag. We can also take like I said, body bags too, or we could take trip mines at the same time. So one thing you got to note here, you can only bring half of what you would bring if it was equipped as a primary deployable. So if we're going to bring body bags as our primary deployable, and then we're going to take 2 ECMs as our secondary, it's only going to allow us to bring 1 ECM as a secondary, and vice versa. If we take 2 ECMs as a primary, we'll only be able to bring 1 body bag deployable as a secondary. So pretty straightforward. In the Breacher one, we're taking all drill skills here, everything we can possibly get for drill skills, and then we're going to take more firepower. We're going to gain 4 more trip mines. Now, I'm not a big trip mine guy, but we're actually going to get 4 trip mines here, so that's fantastic. Also, nothing in Oppressor. Then we're going to go to Ghost. We're going to take absolutely everything in Shinobi, take all the ECM skills, lockpicking skills, body bag skills, Sixth Sense skills, inside assets. We're going to be able to pick up things while we're casing. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Then in Artful Dodger here, we're going to take Parkour and Duck and Cover. And a good one here is Inner Pockets. Increase the concealment of melee weapons by 2. So it actually really brings down your detection risk by using different melee weapons, blah, blah, blah. It's excellent. Now, these could be seen as wasted, but like I said, I'm using 120 points, so you don't need to use that many. Optical Illusions. You gain 1 concealment for each silenced weapon you equip and reduces the concealment penalty of silencers by 2. So that's great in stealth build when we're using silencers. Specialized Killing to get 15% more damage with silenced weapons. Total waste, but really I had nothing, literally nothing else to spend points on in this build whatsoever. So it made it worthwhile just getting it purely because. Then we'll go to Fugitive. Now this is where we get our Saw skills. So we take Martial Arts and Pumping Iron in order to get to Berserker. And with this, we are going to do 250% more damage with our Saw when our health is 50% or lower. So what we need to do in this, and you'll see when I show you my throwable, I'm actually taking a Molotov, and I take that in order to get my health super low. So when I actually do use my Saw, when I'm opening deposit boxes and ATMs, I can just tap the Saw once instead of twice to open it up. Actually saves you a lot of ammo. So you only actually do need the 1 ammo bag in order to keep an entire bank completely empty. You can really empty the whole thing out with 1 ammo bag when you've got Berserker and you've got the Carbon Blade section here on the portable saw. So that is every skill that you would possibly need in a stealth build. Really can't think of anything else you would need unless you want to take pistol skills or if you want to take shotgun skills for reload, but really everything in this is pretty much utilized except for stable shot. So it's pretty well fleshed out. Now looking at the weapons itself, Molotov cocktail is what I said I use as a throwable. Now that is DLC also, so you might not be actually be able to utilize Berserker if you are not taking a Molotov, because jumping off buildings now is not going to injure you unless you go down and get revived and then you get not all of your health back, and that could be how you activate Berserker. But I use Molotovs, throw them on the ground, stand in them for a little bit of time, and then it brings your health down and you're good to go. Now with weapons, I usually take a bow because I don't usually use a primary. I usually use the Judge for a secondary, and that's all good. I use the bow because it gives you amazing concealment. If I do ever go into a long range heist that I'm going to stealth like Mall Crashers or Firestarter Day 1, and I want to use something that I can get some distance on, I usually take the Cavity. Now again, this is DLC, comes with the Golden Grin, so if you did want to use the Car 4, I mean, you can of course get that up to a super high concealment and still keep your detection down to 3. These will all keep me down to 3, so that's kind of what I use. If you want to take a quick look at what I use on it, it really is just personal preference. Short barrel, got a suppressor on it, no boost. I did have a concealment boost, didn't need it. Don't use custom. Got the EMO4 grip. Gadget, I love the military laser module. Grip, went for the rubber grip. Low receiver, put that on. Magazine, got some extra stability from the Expert Mag. Don't like the iron sights on the Car 4. I do like, I think I've got the Speculator sight or the Seymour sight. Yeah, Speculator sight. And then I put the stock on for an extra concealment and stability. And then the upper receiver, I also took some extra accuracy and stability with the LW. That's pretty much all I had on that. On the Cavity itself, just got the low profile suppressor, no boost, got the Appellation foregrip for some more concealment. That's pretty much it. I guess I could stick that on there, but that might, still gives me a great detection there with the laser module on there. And then of course nothing on the bow except for my skin, which is called the Blood Drenched, and I think I got it, yeah, mint condition, which is kind of cool. For a secondary, love the Judge, able to blast people out the way, love this thing. That suppressor looks ridiculous. Got a few skins for this one. I think I prefer Greed, to be honest. Ammunition, take Buckshot purely for more damage, don't need it. Always use a Silent Killer on this. I love the Silent Killer suppressor, it is fantastic. What else have we got here? Boost, got nothing on the boost except a team boost. Gadget, don't like the way gadgets look on this. I like it looking pretty clean, and I don't use a sight either. So I'm able to keep a 3 detection, very high concealment, and that is it. That is the complete and utter stealth build. You would need nothing other than what I just showed you right now. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if there's something else on this build you could possibly get that would be worthwhile. I'd be surprised if you find it. See you guys later.